God presents us with redemptive opportunities, and we need to be ready to seize them. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well and staying safe. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to get together on Sunday mornings, and I have to tell you, I really miss spending the time with you. But I want you to know that I am praying for you. I'm praying that not only would the Lord keep you safe, that He'd prevent you from contracting the coronavirus, but I'm also praying that He would be using this time in your life to help you grow in pleasing Him. Hopefully these videos that we're producing would be one of the tools that the Lord would use to help you become more like Christ. In our online Sunday school lesson for March 29th, we discussed the book of Esther, which describes an incredible time in the history of God's people. If you missed that video, I want to encourage you to go back and watch that video before watching this one. This one's really intended to build on what was previously discussed. In this video, and in the next two videos, I want to share some of the ways that we ought to apply the lessons that we learn from this great passage to our lives. God presented Esther with the chance to be used by Him to rescue His people. It was an amazing opportunity, and He gives us opportunities to be used by Him as well. In fact, these opportunities, they happen all the time. The question is, will we take advantage of them? How will we respond to them? Do we really believe that God is on the move, that He's carrying out His plan and program, and that He wants to use His people in doing that? Or do we respond to the opportunities He presents us with a spirit of fear? We may recognize that there's a need, but we're afraid of what will happen to us, afraid of the consequences of our choices. We may think, well, hopefully somebody else will address that problem. I just don't want that somebody to be me. You know, with all that's going on in our world right now, as we pray for an end to the coronavirus, we may have some opportunities that we wouldn't otherwise have if everyone was doing life as usual. Right now is a tremendous time to think about the people that God has placed in your life who need encouragement. Many of us are not able to leave our homes for much of anything at this time. Many people feel isolated and lonely right now. Some find the present situation to be incredibly discouraging. I don't know who God has placed in your life. Maybe you have a grandparent or an aunt or a cousin. Maybe you've got a neighbor or one of your friends from school. Maybe you know someone from our church who has recently lost a loved one or someone that has a significant illness. Even though you can't be with many people in person, there are all kinds of other ways that you could reach out to someone. You could make a phone call or start a video chat. You could send an encouragement note through the mail. Maybe you could make a video and send it to them by text or email. Just as God had placed Esther in a strategic position to be used by Him to make a difference for her people, God has placed you in a strategic position to make a difference in the lives of the people you know. So, can I give you some homework? And you say, what? Pastor Trey, don't you know that most schools are canceled right now? Homework? Really? Hey, I promise it won't be that bad. In fact, this could actually be fun homework. I bet if you were to think about it, you could come up with a list of people who would benefit from some kind of loving act that would show that you care for them. And I want to ask you to actually write out a list of their names and then start planning how you could be a blessing to them. Next to each name, you might write out what you could do for them. Next to one name, you might write phone call. Next to another name, you could write FaceTime. Next to someone else's name, you might write encouragement card. You decide the best way to serve each person and then write that down. And once you've got that done, you can start working through your list, actually taking action to be a blessing to others. Well, that's going to wrap up our time for this video. Be looking for our next video post when I'll provide you with some ideas for the kinds of things that you might communicate to the people you're reaching. Remember, God presents us with redemptive opportunities, and we need to be ready to seize them. Until next time, keep pleasing the Lord.